Hello dear Nikon friends and welcome to the short review about the Nikon Z85mm f1.8. You have to spend about $800 at the moment for this lens. Please note that you cannot use this lens on a DSLR. The DSLR version is available for just under $500 and works with the FTZ adapter on current mirrorless models such as the Z6 or Z7 from Nikon. I could borrow this lens from my favorite camera store GM Photo in Frankfurt near the central station. Make sure to stop by if you ever wanted to visit Frankfurt in the heart of Germany. This is how the lens looks from all sides. 9 aperture blades are hidden inside. Unfortunately, you can only stop down to f16. For protection, I recommend a 67mm filter, which you can get at your local shop. The lens hood is included without playing a role in this video. The lens weighs 470 grams, which is about 1 pound, and is therefore 120 grams heavier than the DSLR version. You don't need an adapter, which of course weighs a little bit. On the side you can switch between the autofocus and manual focus. The huge ring is preset for manual focus, but can also be programmed to change aperture, ISO and so on. This lens is protected against dust and tiny bits of water. Unfortunately, there is no optical stabilizer. However, this lens is designed to work with your camera internal solutions as well. If you're looking for chromatic aberrations, I wish you a lot of fun. I did not spot any. Make sure to download some example files from the video description below, also in RAW. I can highly recommend to turn on the vignette correction. The whole thing makes a very noticeable difference up to f2.8. As you would expect, there are of course some dark edges shooting wide open up to about f4. If they bother you, I recommend Adobe Lightroom. It's just one click and problem solved. I do think that this lens gets along quite well with flaring. That's my personal opinion, which lets a bit of room for yours. Please make sure to comment below if you have a different opinion about it. Time to deal with the important things. All pictures are available for you to check them out at home. The link is in the video description below. This lens is sharp. If you can't get sharp pictures, it's usually because of your settings. Maybe because of a wrong shutter speed or too much ISO. On my channel there's a big tutorial in which I explain you how to take pictures using the manual mode of your camera. It doesn't matter what camera you have. At f1.8 you get ultra sharp photos. The corners are a bit softer, but with everyday use you won't necessarily notice that. I highly recommend to have a look at the example images. So why do you need such a focal length? Well, most people would probably say for taking cool portraits. I have a 55 and an 85mm lens, and you do notice a slight difference in the angle of view. It's easy to isolate the fore from the background and vice versa. It is handy to have a portrait lens with a faster aperture, especially if you have only ambient light during hours of darkness. I took an 85mm lens with me for an interior shooting into a bar, and I was also impressed what kind of scenes you get using a different lens to capture some details. Speaking about details, this 85mm doesn't come any closer than other 85mm versions to flowers or other objects. With 80 centimeters or 2.6 feet, you can't take any macro shots unless you crop. But who likes to crop when it's not necessary? Well, this lens has other strengths. Despite the poor close-up limit, you get a really nice bokeh. Have fun with the following scenes. I like to use my 85mm for filming, ideal for interviews, close-ups or for shots that need to be taken from a little further away. And what do you think about this lens? I'm curious. In any case, under this video there's enough space for your comments. Maybe one or the other of you has already used the previous version and is happier with it than with the new Z mount version. It's not a focal length which is on my camera for the entire day, since I'm not taking portraits all day long. You will get sharp pictures in any case, the autofocus is fast and the bokeh is as usual very nice. If I have forgotten something, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'm happy to see you around in Frankfurt, Germany someday. A really nice city during the summer. Make sure to stop by your local supplier, GM Photo, near the central station. All the best and happy to see you next time.